What up? What up? Bankroll Tim batted up. All right, y'all. So this has obviously been taking a little longer than expected, but whatever. Kept running into this and that and this and that. But this is what we're building and been building. I have a full video coming out of it, of all the steps and measurements and all that stuff and everything that is being done to fit them gold 30s. 1970 CUTLASS out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Paint and all that is by Mel. Candyland back in the day. Sprayed it, Mel sprayed it, wet sprayed, something like that. My bad for not remembering at this minute. I always get choked up before I get on this camera. But anyway, obviously, Better Up Kustoms, Chicago. So this, I'm just gonna give you guys a rundown, throw up this video today and just talk about this car and what we've done, and then I'll put up the longer video when the car is 100%. So as you can see underneath here, originally the gas tank was gray, but when they painted the car the green, they didn't back tape the wheel wells, so oversprayed the tank and everything. Dude's wanting to put all aluminum fuel tank in it now, which would be cool, you know, be another good step for this car. Previously tubbed, previously frame notched in the front, stuff like that. I'll talk about that in a longer video. But you know, we got this 12 bolt. This is a Chevelle 12 bolt, the Chevy 12 bolt, GM 12 bolt. Meaning it's not that old look-alike 12 bolt that has that big stupid cover, and it's not the 12 bolt that looks like a 12 bolt with the 10 bolt guts. It's a 12 bolt guts. When you pull an axle out, if it looks like the 12 bolt, you pull an axle out and it's 30 spine, it's a 12 bolt. You pull that axle out and it's a 28 spine, it's a 12 bolt with 10 bolt guts. So dude went through a whole bunch of stuff to get this rear end. Car came with this rear end in it. I fabbed it up, I braced it up, I put the super drop boxes on there. I set the ride height and all that, which is where it's set. I do not have it narrowed yet, and I do not have the ends clogged yet. The narrow, the axles are in the box over there. The other axles are sitting somewhere around here, but I think they're over there. But 12 bolt, they're 30 3/8. So basically it comes out to only 15/16 of an inch of narrow. I know everybody's like, oh, you know, might not be enough. No, it's plenty. They already had the wheels on here. I had the wheel on there in the beginning, but the center board didn't fit the wheel because that wheel's got that new style like Charger, Challenger, Camaro, stuff like that. The center board is real small, like I forget exactly what it is, but it's smaller than, like say that 26 center than that. So yeah, coilovers. This one, we got a 12 DP 250. Viking spring, I only use Vikings. This shock is a C209. This is a welding setup, meaning that the cross brace, I put the cross brace in the frame across there. I didn't have to go that high up with it, and I didn't have to cut out the stock spring area up there, shock area up there, because of the 30s and the car sitting higher. So right now we have center of rear end to there is 17.5 inches. The 30 is 36 inches, so you got 18. So as of right now, with it sitting, it's got a 1/2 inch of tuck. When I set the car down, how I set the spring, I'll set the spring at the 12 inches. The spring's at 12 inches, so you just put a little bit of tension on the spring. That's gonna give you your best ride quality of the spring. Later on, when he puts the sounds in it, if he has to go up some, obviously plenty of adjustment for the bolt holes to go up. We got 2 holes to go down if we want to lower it more, and then we have plenty of holes to go up. Each hole is basically about a 1/2 inch, so 2 holes gets you 1 inch, whatever. But with the sounds going in there, if they wanted to, they could just twist the spring up some whatever. The whole trunk's gonna be done, batteries, shit like that. I'm not sure. I think he said a couple 12s. Not exactly sure. Got the big boy anti-roll billet. I originally said undermount. I do believe I wanted an undermount for this car. And with the overmount is in there, it's set up pretty good. Obviously, when you set it, this isn't ride height. And if it was ride height, I just twist them up a little bit because they're adjustable. But as long as it's facing down, then when you're going up and down, the clearance up is all there. If you were to set it down and went the other 2 inches, it would kind of go straight. So tons of measurements come into play with doing these cars. I basically get them to where I set everything. Once I set it down, I'm within an inch of where I want to be. Got the frame bracing underneath there. You know, just a couple bars. Got them in the side rail of the frame. So you can see right here, boom. And I didn't just stitch weld it, I welded the whole thing. And then you can see this line because I had already pre-painted it. But I had to bend the frame down because these cars, the frame was bent up. You know, people jack them up wrong. Obviously, you can see right there how it's bent up. So use a crescent wrench or a pipe wrench, flex it down. But 1.5 inch tube right there. And this is all 1.5 inch. This middle one, the ladder bar crossmover I call it, is 50 inches, and then I pre-bent each side at 14 inches from the side to the center of that bend. And the front bars come off the inners a little bit, the back bars come off the outer a little bit, because I wanted to keep this torque box with it as flat as possible on the back corner here. Keeps all the pressure there. Bam. So, yep, anti-roll. This car's got a lot of gold. I just whacked my head on the frame brace. Yeah. The car's got a lot of gold, so I went through and I got all the gold bolts. And I put the gold bolts in. Everything. Gold, 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 gold. And then nuts up there. I've got a little paint on it. Down's silver, but the bottom part's gold. Oh, yeah. So, the car has big brakes. So when I clock the ends in the back, I'm gonna clock them anyways, even though there's plenty of room for the brake. I wanna clock it, bring the caliper down. Man, I should have set the car down, so I'm cramping up and shit. That is the 16-inch brake. So many people comment on the videos and on my shorts. Oh man, the brakes, you gotta get bigger brakes. Oh. The white box Chevy, 16-inch brakes in the front, 15s or 14s in the back, and the rim is so big, you know, 28s. This one, 30s. But that's 16 inches of brake right there. 6-piston, big housing brakes. I got everything set together, everything's snug, so that way I could check the clearance, make sure, no, that's just the brake pad. Shimmed it right here. This bottom piece right here, I had to shim right there for the bracket inside there. We did have to change the spindles. At first, the one spindle was junk. The threads were all tore up on it. Pro forged steering arms. And these are aluminum, so somebody's like, oh, I can't find them. The place is saying aluminum. If you call Pro Forged themselves and you talk to them, even on their website, they're labeled. These are aluminum. This is what you want, tie rod sleeves. You don't want that clamp style stock bullshit. But yes, they're aluminum. Had me second guess myself the other day. All right, so this was the second spindle we bought from Jegs. This one came powder coated. This one came raw material. So I had to paint this one. So I hung it off the back of, you know, see the cables underneath the back of the cutlass right there. Hung them off there, painted them. Yes, none of the cotter keys are in yet, nothing's done yet, boom. I had to move the bottom ball joint location forward. The paint makes it look a little worse than what it is. Oh yeah, that shininess, it don't look that bad. But it's all plated in. It's moved, so that way I can get the correct geometry. The way the light is shining on it is throwing it all off. But anyways, Now when that wheel turns, it turns. And then I got 3 shims in the upper part of the top. The front bar, front tube, I had to put a piece of tube in the frame to curve it, so this will travel all the way down because we need as much height as we can get. So, spindles, yeah, I don't know why one came unpowder coated, one came powder coated, but we had to get them at separate times because the original spindles on this car were disc, or no, excuse me, this car was drum, and the bolt size for the new brakes, for the big brake kit that goes in the top of there was wrong, and it had the spacing on there. Anyways, it was easier just to get the other spindle. Got the other spindle. This side, I haven't got the shock in yet because I had to get the sleeves, because you got to run the sleeves in here to drop the hole down from, I had one in stock. That's why that side's together. So I just got the sleeves today to put that in. So I can put this whole side together and get the brakes bolted up on this side and get it shimmed, figure it all out. And now that side's got to come back apart, so that way I can Loctite everything. Everything's set, everything clears. Now I'll take that apart, Loctite everything, put it back together. But yeah, a longer ball joint, as you can see, when I put that tube in the frame there, I got to repaint all that. Not my frame notch, but I did have to clean up that area there because it had a flat edge. Got rid of that. But yes, the cutlass, the bumpers, I'm wiping because you get handprints and shit on the chrome, the brand new chrome. That ain't nothing. It's got a, Jaden, what's this one got in it? 6.0? I guess he's not in here. Pretty sure it says 6.0 on the block up there. I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, got an LS motor in it. But yeah, so there on the rear end, we got the shop is a mess. I've been thrashing, trying to keep it cleaned up. But so we got the True Track, brand new, or excuse me, this is an Eaton blocker. The car has a 456 gear. So then you know how the True Tracks or the Eatons go. You gotta have this bearing because it's bigger and fits this. Then we got the brand new ring gear bolts, ERP. So all this stuff go together. The gear was already in there. The pinion's loose. Whoever set it up, so I gotta tighten up the pinion some more. 12 bolts are a motherfucker to do because the crush collars are a big ass crush collar and they're hard to tighten up to get the rotating torque. And I do believe it's 12 to 15 inch-pounds of rotating torque. I got that torque wrench, blah, blah. I have to explain that over and over. But yeah, I've been doing the bigger braces, but when I had them order the stuff from Trick Chassis, that's just an 1.25 inch tube. So from now on, I'll be putting the 1 5/8 or 1.5 inch tube on there, but that still looks good. All that stuff is snugged up in the back. Right now, like I said, I'm gonna get these ends cut off and figure out exactly where I'm gonna cut it, but it's 15/16 difference. And I'll be able to put my bar in there, put the pucks in the middle, get this all set up. Then I'll fully clean out the housing, which I noticed the other day when I was digging in here, there was the biggest wad of, oh, you see this? Now look, hold on, let me see if it'll focus. God damn it. All right. See how big them chunks are? This has got nothing to do with me fabbing or grinding or anything. This has got to do with the old gear that was in here. So when they put the gear setup in there, they didn't totally clean it out. So I'm gonna have to totally clean it out. But yeah, 4Gs, 4G Auto, big caps, gold. The axles, I ordered them with 3-inch studs in there. So the 3-inch studs, and then, you know, like I said, 30 spline. 3-inch studs, look, I'm dirty to shop it. So I'm probably gonna change the studs to the 2-inch stud, which I got a set of 2-inch studs here, so I'll pull those out, put those in. The narrow should be fine with the basically 1-inch narrow from stock. That wheel is a basic offset wheel. Let's see, that's the front one. That's the back one, right? Maybe those are both backs. No, that's the front. That's the back. So I think it's a 4.5 inch lip in the back, 3.5 in the front. But big caps. So the front's got thicker hub. Back's got a thinner hub, but I'll be able to see once I get the wheel set up on there. And figure all that shit out. But I got the other studs ready to go. I should just put the 2s in there, but if the wheel sits too far under, then I need to set the wheel out some. But again, the wheel's already on there. They fit the car to the wheel. That's why it's all enlarged. They tubbed it. Boom. But yeah, that thing's blinging. I've had to blow it off every other day since it's been in here. It's got no back glass, got no front glass. He's got that stuff now. That stuff needs to go in, vintage air and all that stuff, the exhaust. That's why this brace is down, you know, so that way the exhaust can fit all in here. Mufflers will sit, you know, right here, which I don't know what he's going for mufflers. And then if you look at this way, depending on where the muffler goes, you should be able to come out. So depending on offset, center offset, however the muffler goes. So if you go maybe center and offset out, you should be able to run the offset right in between here. Up. You see, there's enough here. Then come back and then whatever, depending on how he's gonna do it. But yeah. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get this narrowed up, but I figured I'd give you all this video since I haven't been putting up shit but shorts. It's candy green, metallic green, candy green. I don't know the exact color, but it's got orange interior. And I'll be getting the full video out after it's already all set up. All right, y'all, Bankroll 10, bet it up. I'm out. All right, y'all, Bankroll 10, bet it up, bet it up. Anyways, the car is done. Can't do any whole shot videos right now because too many people around. We're not supposed to do burnouts in the parking lot. And there's too many businesses out down the street. But anyways, this is the final video. This is the end video of this. We got the carburetor on there, got it all set. We got the timing all figured out. Boom, the car fires right up. I got the choke and all that shit set. So obviously in the morning, first time that you would start the car up, you would push the gas just like half a push. That sets the choke. And then you would start the car. It could possibly die once. But as of right now, it's a little chilly out here. I reset the choke. And waited 30 minutes. And turned the key. And that fired right up. Jada! Come hit this key. Just touch the key, that's it. Don't touch no gas, nothing. Don't put your foot in the car, nothing. Chevy 28s. Dude's on his way here to pick it up. Had a power steering pump issue. He's gonna warranty. He already talked to the place that did the pulley setup on the front. Does have the serpentine belt. And yeah, there it is. Just starting to sprinkle right now because, you know, it's damn weather, bipolar ass weather. Yeah. Mondale Chevy. Running. It's got a 4L80 trans in it, and it's got that trans modulator, whatever, computer. What's this thing on it? Easy something. We put the box. It's a different style box, but we put it in the car, just sitting there on some towels. so that way we could watch it. They had it plugged into the gauge fuse. I think it was just losing tune. So 1 second you would drive the car, it would shift all the gears and turn the car off, go back out, and it wouldn't shift. It would try to go up to like 4,000 RPM. But anyways, yeah. 480 overdrive, put a 410 out back. They had a 373 before. Changed the plug wires, changed the carburetor, changed the timing, and now she's firing right up, and she's not loading up. And you can back up, you know, across the parking lot, whatever, put it in drive, take off, hit it, spin the tires, and it shifts a second, probably at like fucking 4,000 RPMs, and it's still spinning the tires. Shifts in the third, a little higher RPM, spins for a little bit, but by that time you're already fucking flying. So spinning and pulling, making them tires hook that lower control arm on an angle in the back to drive the tire into the ground. So, all right, y'all, Bankroll 10 bedded up. There we are. Owner is on his way to get it. All right, y'all, appreciate y'all, and I'm out. All right, y'all, here we are. I know it's a long video, but I'm showing all the steps and stuff like that to, you know, fixing all the BS on here. The rear end is still not what I would have done. Obviously, the super drop boxes and all that would have been on there. And pinion angle is a little bit of a negative, but there's nothing that can be done about it, because when they move the lower control arm boxes in, they must have moved them forward. I mean, I guess you could put a set of G-body double adjustables on the bottom, and that would bring it forward. But I mean, there's just no point in that, you know. This damn wind, y'all. Again, I gotta get a microphone. But anyways, everything clears in the back. The shocks work properly. Everything clears in the front. We're about to take it for a test drive. We did have it running on the lift to see if the axle seals were going to leak, but we didn't see no leaking yet. So I'll take it for a couple mile ride. Probably take it to the spray wash, or the car wash up the street, like I said, touchless, the speedway that I was going to. But yeah, anyway, like I said, it could have talked a lot harder. I could have left it the way it was before, but that caliper too close to the frame. Right there, I can push it up and down. I have the compression and rebound on this one set at 3 and 2. 3 on compression, 2 on rebound, and I went all the way around like that right now. So we're gonna see if it's too soft. Obviously, it would be too soft, meaning, you know, the lighter settings. But you gotta test drive these cars. You gotta play with the compression and rebound, and then you get the car to ride a lot better. Obviously, I've been doing it a long time, and I know the details of the shocks and all that shit to set everything correctly and get the best ride out of it. Plenty of people out there know all my cars ride good. If they are riding a little rough, it just probably needs a little bit of adjustment. And tire pressure, you know, I've had people leave and I'll have the tires at 33 pounds, and then they're like later on like, oh man, my shit's riding rough and this and that, and then they come back and it'll be like 45 pounds of air in the tires. No. So yeah, all right, y'all, there's the car right there. I know this video's long as shit, but yeah, Bankroll 10, little bank, bedded up, 28s, tucking. So I'm gonna let the man know everything about the car and what needs this attention and that. It needs the Pro Forged steering components on the front, because the idler arm has got a lot of play in it, and the center link's got a lot of play in it. So I'll have him get the whole kit, and then we'll set it up to get it in for the frame notch, and I'll do the steering at the same time on the front for full turn, and all the steering will be good. But yeah, there it is, y'all. Bedded up, Bankroll 10. I'm out. Appreciate y'all.